Welcome back to the Wealthy Cowboy Show. This show is going to be based on a quote that I've read from Napoleon Hill, and I think this one was in Outwitting the Devil. He has some really great books. You need to study him if you haven't. Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil, and Laws of Success. It's all really great stuff, and it's crazy how long ago it was, and it's still relevant today. So he said the only limitation is the one you set for yourself in your own mind. The only limitation is the one you set up for yourself in your own mind. And you think about that, and maybe you're new to this way of thinking, but I've seen it in my own life. Like you catch yourself thinking very small, and it's like, if I could just make a little bit more money, if I could just have a little bit more time or whatever. I don't want to be, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be wealthy. I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't want to be that successful. Like, what does that even mean? Like, why wouldn't you be as successful as you possibly could? And I've really shifted my way of thinking. I know I've mentioned it on the podcast before about, like, when I think about something, I don't think that I can or can't do it. No matter what it is, whether it's like speaking or social media related or business related or money related or friendship related or whatever it is, sports related, physical, I don't think I can or can't do it. I try to make the decision of, I know I can do it, but am I willing to do the work to have that thing, to be successful in that? Or would I want to just half-ass it? So I try not to do too much half-ass stuff unless it's maybe like a fun thing or something. But and you hear these stories of everybody on here, these guests that come on, they took a big chance and they went all in, burn the boats, like they say. And what I've found is, like, once you may set like a goal that you think is really high. Like for me in business and sales and like finance, it seems like the first number that everybody chases is like 10 grand a month. You're getting up into 6 figures a year, and you're thinking like, man, if I could ever hit, that was me, from making like 50, 60 grand a year gross to like, man, if I could hit 10 grand a month, that would be crazy. I'd be set, I'd be good with that. And then it's like, once you get into it and you are around these people that are doing way more than that, and you see that life and all that stuff and what's actually possible, you start coming up on that 10 grand and you realize that your life hasn't maybe changed that much and it wasn't that hard. And it's like, man, what can I do? Can I go to 100 grand a month? Can I go to $1 million a month? Well, I know this guy over here did it. I know this guy over here did it, and they don't seem that special. But if you set that cap, usually what I see is like, you may set the cap, you may set a goal, and you're going to get close to it, and you're going to realize that there's so much more out there. I think there's like the story about, like, you climb up the mountain, like all you see is like, you see the peak, and you're like, am I ever going to get there? I just want to get to the peak. I want to get to the peak. And then you get up there to the peak and you realize that was the smallest mountain in a whole mountain range. All you see are other peaks once you're at the top. So that's kind of how it's been for me. Like, you start having some success and you realize, like, man, that was easy. I can do more than that. And then you start thinking about what can I do to 2x it? Like, I want to double that. And then you really start making strides when you look at 10xing. You start making 10x jumps. Like, I 10x my income to get to 10,000 a month. Like, how can I 10x again? What got me here is not what's going to get me there. And you really got to keep reinventing yourself if you want to keep growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying, is the saying. And I think, like, why would you want to stay satisfied? Like, keep growing. It's not that hard. Now, if you're not already in this world, if you're not in that mindset, I think once you start studying that, study study historical figures that have been successful business owners and entrepreneurs. There's so many books out there. Study Napoleon Hill, and you'll start getting opened up to that way of thinking, and you'll realize what is actually possible. You can actually do whatever you want to, but are you willing to put the work in? If you want to go deeper into that kind of stuff, check out the Wealthy Cowboy Mastermind. If you're a business owner, you're interested in running ads on our regular show, on our interviews. If you're not sure on how to make your social media better and bigger to attract more clients, to put more money in your pocket, or if you want to lower your credit card processing bill, because that can get up there pretty high. If you're a business owner, reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram on my personal pages. Love to see if I could help you. I'll tell you if I can't, but I probably can. So reach out to me there, and we'll see y'all next time.